Jason Lauren in the morning.
Turn it up
On Nova 100.
Clint's here as well, and so is this man from the Mighty Pies. Mr. Mason Cox is in the house. Morning, Coxie.
Morning, legends.
He looks well rested.
He does.
So you had a week off.
Yes.
When you get a week off, do you actually get a week off?
Get the weekend off, so we still train pretty much as per normal, and then we have like a bigger training session at the end of the week. But yeah,
You get a couple of days.
Weekend.
Did you go away?
No, chilled out. Just had a nice weekend. Went to the markets, got some plants.
I did see this.
Yeah, got
Clint.
just some nice food.
Oh, don't. Here
This
we
is
go.
going to blow your mind.
Here we
go.
go.
Oh,
Here
tell
we
me.
go.
So,
Here
we
we
talk
go.
about this. Yeah.
I love Mason documents a lot of his life on socials, and he put something up on the weekend, and I was like, good on you getting out and about in Melbourne. You're at the South Melbourne Market, and you tried one of their most famous delicacies,
The dim sim.
the
Of course
South
you did.
Melbourne Market.
Did you
dim
go
sum.
fried or steamed?
Fried.
Yeah, good boy.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm doing it right.
But then he came in and told me he had one, and he'd never, ever in his life not had a South Melbourne Market dim sim, but never, ever, ever had
A dim sim full stop.
I was
And
the
then-
same
Full
until
stop.
a year ago.
Jace just confessed he'd
What?
never had a dim sim either.
A sheltered childhood.
And your thoughts
Yeah,
now?
can you not judge our childhood? Mason and I have
You
grown
haven't
up.
stopped since.
But I can understand, Mace, right? You grew up in America. I don't know what weird stuff you guys and kooky things you're doing over in America. But in Australia, on a Friday night, you order fish and chips and you get a potato cake
Yep.
and you get a fried dim sum.
No,
Or
it's like,
the steamed are good as well.
it's like those seafood sticks. They freak me
Oh,
No,
out.
yeah, you
different.
know who's getting the seafood
Oh,
sticks.
you might as well get a Chico roll while you're there. Anyway, how was the South Melbourne Market dim sim?
It was delicious. It was actually unreal. Bit of soy sauce on top, you know, and it was really nice.
Hey, you know how when you're on holiday, sometimes you forget what day it is and you don't really care? He's
Yeah.
obviously in holiday mode because I said, how you feeling about the game this weekend? He goes, yeah, who are we playing and where and when?
No, you knew it was
I
Port
knew
Adelaide.
it was Port Adelaide. I didn't
That's
know the day and
unsticked up.
time.
Do you know if you're playing in Melbourne or Adelaide?
It's in Melbourne at the MCG.
Yeah.
We've done a bit of travel
It's
in
actually
the
at
first little
Marvel.
bit. So.
No, it's
no,
no,
it's not.
shut up.
We're not traveling this week, mate. I did know
Imagine if Mace
that.
went to the wrong place.
Have you ever done
These little
that?
boots.
Have you ever done that, turned up to the wrong stadium, or do you know anyone that's ever done that?
No, I've turned up to the wrong training area once. We had at Vic Park, and I showed up to the club quite a few times. I've done that, so but never the wrong stadium.
It
I think
must have
that's a
happened
massive
before,
mess
though,
up.
that
Oh yeah,
players have
it
gone
has
to
happened for sure.
Marvel instead of the MCG.
Write this down on your hand. 1:45.
As if that's not going to erase by
145 for Collingwood.
Saturday.
1:45 on Saturday.
Why don't Collingwood play at 1:45?
Oh, they're usually like a Saturday night, MCG, under the lights.
Don't worry.
Friday night, Thursday night.
I didn't say it, but
145.
Yeah.
Are you guys not prime time?
yeah, we're in the afternoon on a Saturday, so the families can come.
Exactly.
You know, everyone else can
Always
be there.
finding the
It's gonna be
positive.
I don't think you should be throwing shots.
Talk to
'cause
me.
It wasn't just Collingwood who were on holidays on the weekend. I think your boys were too.
It is a night that surely once and for all silences the questions around whether Brisbane can play this venue, the MCG.
The Lions are back, and that was their first time at the MCG since the notorious grand final for them, the
Yes.
glorious grand final for
What
you.
happened?
What happened? I would dare say that, and don't want to be throwing excuses around the Mason Cox, but 3 games in 16 days probably cooked them.
Yeah.
Does that cook you
non-ideal.
as a footballer? Including 2 in Adelaide.
Yeah, it's the travel, and I think like the back-to-backs definitely kind of, I don't know, like it's all about recovery, right? And you don't have enough recovery in the week, then you can pull up a bit sore. Injuries kind of get dragged on. We always do like Anzac Day, which, you know, that falls on whatever day it falls on. Sometimes that's like a 5-day break or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So it does happen. It's part of the schedule.
Is the fixture compromised?
Is the fixture compromised?
What does that mean?
Like, is it unfair? I'm not saying it's unfair for Melbourne, by the
Well,
way.
can I ask
I'm
you a
just saying
question?
it's just so. It would be so hard to develop a fixture first and foremost.
Yeah.
But is it compromised?
I think it just depends on who you support.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like,
Well, yeah.
True.
the people that played around 0 this weekend, you know, and the last weekend that had a week off, are probably going, "Oh, it's okay. It's
It
not
might
too
be
bad."
a silly
but-
question, but how is it done? Like, do they draw the teams out of a hat?
No,
No.
a lot of it has to do with television rights. It has to do with travel arrangements and
I think there's a lot of
scheduling.
inputs. So they basically input the essentials, and then the rest is done
Have they
very automatically.
have they released the whole season though? Because remember
No.
last year they get
No.
to like round 16
I think
or something.
16 to 23
Because
hasn't
then
been
that's when
done.
it gets like the bigger teams play on like the bigger stages.
Is it like weekend sport? As a parent, you message the club going, can we move training to Tuesday? It's more convenient for our family. And they take on all that feedback.
I think
It's
so,
very
Jace.
similar like that.
I think you get like halfway through the year, they kind of suss out who's going well, and then they
Yep.
put the teams that are going well in prime time.
Yeah.
And then like we have to play certain teams twice, like Essendon and Carlton and stuff like that. So we have to play them in the second half of the year, and it kind of depends on that. So each team's a bit unique.
So when you start getting sent to play in Canberra at 1 p.m. on a Saturday, you're like, we're not doing so well.
Cold Canberra on a Sunday arvo. Did you see the vision of
Tasmania.
Tom Liberatore falling over? for the
Yeah, that
Bulldogs?
was wild.
That was
Yeah,
scary.
it was a bit
That
scary.
was
Yeah,
scary.
I saw the vision and I was just a bit worried for
Well,
him.
for
I
those
don't know.
who
Like,
might not have
yeah,
seen
it's-
it, he sort of took a tumble, and I think the clubs, did they say, Lauren, that I think he tripped over his own feet or something
he-
similar?
So
He'd
no one
had-
else was involved.
No,
He's
he'd
like
had a
on his
big
own,
hit
yeah.
previously,
Yeah.
though, and he kept playing, and then he was standing and he started staggering. It was actually really awful to watch. And I think, I can't remember what team they were playing, but one of the opposition players went down to help him and called the trainers over. And then, interestingly, he did pass his concussion tests after the game, but it was obviously something.
Very scary, though,
Yeah.
watching that.
Also,
Yeah.
always embarrassing when it's your own fault, like no one else is involved. You know, when you're at the shops and you trip over your own.
Like when the umpires fall over.
Yeah,
Always feels
yeah.
so-
Always
Always
funny
the
when an
best.
umpire falls over.
No, it's not.
How's the team going into this weekend? 13th on the ladder, going up against third.
Port are doing pretty well, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going really well. Port's always been a bit tough opposition. It'll be good to get back to the MCG in front of a big crowd. And yeah, we're excited. We've had the week off. We've won the last two. We've kind of shown signs of the way we want to play now, which is kind of the baseline for us now going forward. So yeah, it's been good. It's nice and refreshing to have the weekend off. And Saturday,
145.
145.
Jesus. You know what? I'm going to drop you at the game. I'll drop you at the
Oi.
game so you actually get
Yes, we'll bring
Can
the
I
kids
ask
for
you
the
really-
Oz kick at halftime. We've been talking about this for ages.
Hey, just quickly, I know the Collingwood cheer squad cops are hiding now and then, but Clint and I got to experience firsthand the Carlton cheer
Yes.
squad. They were on our flight going to gather round the other week.
How was?
It made the Collingwood cheer squad look a lot more highbrow.
Wow.
There were interesting scenes on the
There was
plane, weren't there?
really-
Oh, they're a special type, the cheer squad. They're very passionate.
What was
I
her
mean,
name?
if you're wearing face paint on the plane before the game, you are keen.
Miss Blue?
Navy
Or-
Nina.
Navy Nina. Navy
Nina. She was tumbling down the aisle.
Does they fit the hovercraft underneath? Or
Oh,
is
they've got a hovercraft.
Who does?
Actually, so we were talking about it the
Blues.
other week that when I woke up on the plane, there was this lady in tight lycra leaning over me, and she was
And a
like,
mask. She had a mask.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
"Now we were talking."
am I dreaming? I don't know.
Because we were talking about this on the radio, and when I got home that day, the kids go, "Mum was in the car and she heard Lauren saying there was a lady in lycra leaning over you on the plane. And she wasn't very impressed."
Lou thought it was a get out of jail free card, to be honest. No, we love the cheer squad. The cheer squads bring so much vibe to the football. If they weren't there, the football would be boring in the crowd.
Hey, Mace, good luck. 1:45 on Saturday against Port. Make sure you're there. We will be watching.
Thanks, Sergeant. I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Gonna be a good day. Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
On Nova 100.
Jason Lauren.
Follow them on socials.